Welcome to Vlog 5. We will be going over my attempt to learn how to sidestep and talk about any changes this experience would make to how I'll coach this skill in the future. So, first of all, what is a sidestep? A sidestep is a movement strategy commonly employed in team sports to avoid contact with a defender or to take contact in a more advantageous position. This is done by leaning the torso in the direction that you want to go and planting the outside foot into the ground and pushing in that direction. So first we'll watch my first attempt. If we slow this down, we can see that I'm planting my outside foot appropriately. However, the most glaring mistake is that instead of leaning in the direction that I want to travel in, I'm leaning away from it. This means that instead of pushing in the direction I want to be travelling, I'm reaching with my opposite leg and taking a big step. This takes longer to do and means that it would not be an effective strategy in a sports situation. This graphic has been taken from a paper by Young and Farrell published in the Strength and Conditioning Journal. We'll be focusing on technical drills, specifically ones improving body lean and posture, as this was the most obvious technical deficiency and the one that I struggled the most to correct. I believe that part of the problem was that I was focusing internally on technical points, whereas if I was coaching the movement with an athlete, I would have utilised an external cue for the athlete, which is supported by recent literature. Therefore, during this drill I was trying to cue myself to push the ground away and throw myself away from the spot that I was on at the start of the drill to project with my centre of mass outside the base of support and achieve a rapid change of direction. As you can see, I'm still not leaning into the movement, which means I'm not projecting my centre of mass outside of my base of support. As previously mentioned, this would result in a slower, less effective movement in a sporting context. The same issues are apparent in this drill as well as the previous one. In this drill, I am attempting to take advantage of the stretch shortening cycle to produce more force in a shorter space of time to facilitate a faster and more effective movement. Furthermore, by removing the approach run, this removes the deceleration skill component from movement, making it easier to focus on the aspects of the skill I'm attempting to work on. As you can see, I'm overstepping with the inside leg, which would not put an athlete in an advantageous position to accelerate after the change of direction has been completed. So this is my second attempt at performing a sidestep. This is off my left foot. So I'm showing a slight lean and I'm not overstepping anymore. It's not an especially fast movement, but it is better than the first attempt. So this is the attempt off of my right foot. Compared to my initial attempt, there is some body lean in the correct direction, although I am still overstepping in this direction, which would be the next thing to work on to make it a more effective movement. So, what are my conclusions? Firstly, it was much harder than I thought it would be. Also, with an initial focus on internal cues, I felt it much harder and I felt very clumsy when I was practicing it. The use of the external cues of pushing the ground away and throwing my torso to where I wanted to go resulted in a slightly more effective movement, although it still looks quite clumsy. This holds with current trends in coaching literature regarding internal versus external cues. The drills presented in this video would be appropriate for a novice with little experience of performing this movement. In this stage of training, it would be more appropriate to develop the movement skill in a low-speed closed drill environment with a focus on posture and position with no perception or decision-making demands. From here, I would progress the drills to provide a rate of force development or peak force production overload compared to the sporting movement. Finally, I program the movement with a focus on decision making in the context of the athlete's sport. This experience has shown me that I focus too much on the force production aspects of agility training by excessively cueing force production and potentially neglecting posture and position. Examining the literature on this topic has also highlighted that I have neglected to challenge the temporal and perceptive demands of agility training in the more qualified athletes that I program for. This task has led me to a more progressive framework for coaching agility drills. Thanks for watching.